everyone, welcome to my back class. My name is Jill Irvin. I'm a physiotherapist, I'm a yoga instructor, and I've done my training in medical yoga therapy. I put together a couple exercises, movements that I feel keep your body healthy, especially your spine, and it takes the spine through its full range of motion, as well as we're going to stretch some of the muscles around the hips, thighs, pelvis, and lower back area. All right, you'll need a little bit of equipment, so a couple of blankets, a beanie bag, magic bag, or you can use a towel, or you can use a strap. If you don't have a strap at home, tie works, belts work. All right, to begin, we're going to start on our hands and knees. This is cat-cow. I like this exercise because it starts to warm up our spine. We're working our spine into some flexion and then some extension. All right, so you're going to place your hands shoulder width apart. Your knees are going to be hip distance apart. And we're going to begin by going into scaredy cat. You're going to exhale and round your back. And you may even try to tuck your tailbone a little bit more and push your hands away from the mat, and that will give you a little bit more flexion of the whole spine. And then on your next inhale, you're going to reverse the curve. So you're going to lengthen the side body and lift your sternum up and gaze straight ahead. And let's do a few more of these cat-cows, coming into scaredy cat. Reversing into cow pose. And we'll do one more. Exhale into your scaredy cat. And then reverse the curve into cow pose. Excellent. And then we're going to just rock forward and back. Just making sure that your shoulders and hips are nice and loose. Okay, we're going to do child's pose. Now, child's pose requires a little bit of setup depending on what you need padded in your body. To do child's pose, you have to have quite a bit of, we call this plantar flexion in the ankle. We have to have quite a bit of flexion of the knee, bending of the knee, and inflection of the hip. But you can use props to help your body if your body doesn't want to go into those positions. So I like to use a blanket to sort of support my foot and ankle here, and that will help support that area if you're tight on the front of the shins. If your knees don't like that amount of flexion that you're going to go into, you can also take a blanket, put it behind your knees, and that will protect the knees a little bit. If your hips don't like to go into that amount of flexion, what you can do is just move back to where it feels good. You can even keep your hip in line with your knee, and that way you have very little hip flexion, and that will make your hips maybe a little bit more comfortable in this pose. Okay, so what you need, set yourself up. I'm going to put this back for my feet. Okay, so for child's pose, your knees are going to be wide apart, and then you're going to slowly bring your bum back towards the heels, and then you can kind of move around, get into that position that feels good. And then you slowly bring your head down to the floor. Now, sometimes you don't have quite the flexibility in the back to bring your head down, so you might need your towel just to have your forehead so it's not hanging in midair. Okay, your arms can go shoulder width apart or even wider if they're stiff, and you can either have them relaxed or you can have them active, whatever feels good in your body. All right, so settle into the pose. And just start to do some back breathing. Breathing into your pelvis, back, lower ribs. Start to lengthen your inhale and exhale, breathing into the back body. And using your breath to create some space back there. And you're welcome to stay as long as you like in the pose. I'm going to transition to our next one. You're going to slowly lift up. I'm going to just move this beanie bag off to the side. We're going to walk our hands over to the left. Now when you do that, you're going to end up stretching your lats and your rectors, these muscles on the back here. if you walk your hands to the left. So we'll come down, we're going to walk our hands to the left as far as it feels comfortable. And then slowly allow your right glute to come down towards the heel. And then get long from your waist, your right waist, all the way to your armpit. And then maybe even stretch a little further from your armpit to your right fingers. Then use your breath to expand the right ribs. Breathing into the right lower back. Again, you can stay there as long as you like. I'm going to transition us to the other side. So the same pose on the other side. You walk your hands over to the right side and slowly come down. And you can jostle into the pose so it feels good. And slowly if you can, let your right glute come towards your left heel. Then get long from your left waist all the way to the armpit. And then use that breath. Stretch out the left side body. I like this pose because you get that nice side flexion of the lumbar spine. And go a little further if you need to. And again, stay here as long as you would like. I'm going to slowly transition us into the next pose. So now we're going to go onto our back. So the most comfortable position to kind of transition onto your back is to come onto side lying first. So you're going to slowly come down into side lying and then roll onto your back. All right. Just get comfortable on your back. If you're feeling cold, you can always put an extra blanket down. All right, so now we're going to do knees to chest. We're going to do single knee to chest with the other leg bent, or we can straighten it. I will show you both ways. Okay, so slowly float your right leg up, and you can go as far as it feels comfortable. You may clasp your hands together and add a little overpressure. So you're going to gently just see what your pelvis is doing. Make sure your pelvis hasn't rotated. You're going to allow the right femur to sink back into the joint. And then if you'd like a little bit of strength in the pose, you can push with your hands into your knee, into your hands. Get a little strength there, get those muscles to fire a little bit if you prefer. You bring your toes up as well. So this knee, contralateral knee, is in a bent position. You can also straighten that leg down if you like as well. A lot of people let the leg roll out, so see if you can fix that, bringing it in. Keeping your kneecap pointing up towards the ceiling and bring your toes up as well. All right, so you can stay here for a couple of breaths. And then when you're ready, just transition to the other side. So bring both of the knees into the chest. And we'll do it with the bent knee on this side. If you want to go into a straight knee, feel free to do so. All right, so you're bringing your knees into your chest. You can figure out what position feels good with that hip joint. Sometimes people like to be more out to the side. And then you're just squeezing your knee in towards your chest. This is a great pose because it lets your glutes go. You get that nice glute stretch, which feels really good. All right, slowly release. And now we're going to go into stretching out the hamstrings. So this is where you're going to need your strap. Okay, so I'm going to show you two ways. I'm going to show you without the strap and then with the strap. Okay, so without the strap, to stretch the hamstrings, there are the muscles in the back of the thigh here. You bring your knee and place it over top of your hip here. You grab onto the back of the thigh, and you're going to slowly straighten your knee. When you get enough tension, and that's where you feel like you want to stop, just think about taking the femur and gently sliding it back down into the joint there, into the hip joint. Good. And then some people like to feel strong in the pose. If you want to get a little strength, you can push your hands into your thigh into your hands. And you also have the option to straighten your left leg. Again, don't let the thigh roll out, so you can crack that. And keep the muscles strong on the leg that's straight in the air, and then you can also root the left leg down, and that's going to create a little bit more stretch in the front of the thigh here. Good. And slowly bring that leg back and release. So the other side, you do exactly the same way, or you can do this exercise with the strap, and I'll show you your other option. So I'm going to just bend this knee up to take the pressure off my back. take the strap around the foot and put it on the ball of the foot there. And then slowly start to straighten that leg. And you're gonna straighten up, flexing the hip to wherever you feel comfortable. So that's about right for me. So I feel pretty good. I've got some good strength around my knee. Go in there. I can keep this position and just enjoy where I'm at. Or if I want to stretch out this right hip flexor, I can slowly straighten this leg. And when you get into the pose, see if you can keep the shoulders relaxed, the neck relaxed. And just keep your pelvis level. So you get alignment as you're stretching. And when you're ready, slowly bend that knee and release. Okay, this is starting to feel good. All right, let's walk the feet shoulder width apart. We'll make sure our pelvis is level. And we're going to come into wipers. And I love wipers because they do a lot of things. But they're good for range of motion as well as for stretching a lot of major muscles here. And I'll point those out in just a sec. So you can have your arms by your side like this, or you can even go into a cactus arm. Okay, it's up to you, whatever feels good. So figure out where you want your arms. And we're going to start to move with the breath. So let's get your arms in that comfortable position. We're going to exhale our legs down to the left. Inhale back up. And then let's exhale down to the right. So we're just going to move with the breath back and forth. Inhaling up. And then exhaling to the other side. Inhale back up. And then exhale to the side. So you can continue to do several of these if you like. When your legs drop down to the left, I'm just going to show you what that looks like. So now you can do a hold here. And I'm going to get a hold of the posture. And then think about taking your right ribs and bringing them back towards the mat. So just keeping this sort of anchored down here. And if you want to go a little deeper to the pose, you can take your left foot and place it over top of your right knee. And that's going to give you this beautiful stretch. So you're going to get lengthening of the pecs, lengthening of your obliques, the IT band, the glutes, all around. This front body stretch is lovely. And slowly come back. And we're going to drop down to the other side. You can see I kind of move my pelvis over a little bit. Sometimes that's more comfortable. Dropping the knee over. And you can also add your neck looking to the opposite way, and that gives you a little bit more of a stretch in the neck muscles through here. And then we'll slowly come back. Now, after a twist, sometimes it feels good just to bring those knees into the chest. Give your back a little bit of a break. Twisting's lovely, but it can also sometimes tighten you up a little bit. All right. Okay, so now we're going to do some stretches and movements on our tummy. So you're going to come onto your side and flip all the way over. When you get there, just make sure you're comfortable. Sometimes I'll wiggle around a little bit, make sure my body's happy on being on my stomach. And we're going to do sloppy push-ups. Now, sloppy push-ups work on the ability of your spine to extend a little bit. So you're going to walk your hands out shoulder width apart. And just make sure your pelvis is level. You may even want to connect to your core. So I like to walk my legs long first. Then I like to connect to my core, drawing my lower tummy muscles up towards my spine. And then I'm going to use my breath and then exhale up into a sloppy push-up, keeping my shoulders down away from my ears. And then slowly exhale back down. And let's do 2 more of these, just moving with the breath. Now we're ready. Now our spine's loosened up into some extension, we can go and stretch out the hip flexor and quad in front of our thigh. So it's these muscles here. Okay, I'm going to show you with a strap, and I'll show you with no strap so you can see both ways. So you grab your strap and put it onto, wrap it around your ankle. Okay, so you're going to take your right hand, bring it in front of your face, and then push yourself up. Just making sure that your pelvis is still level, and you're lifting up your sternum. Good, so you got all that nice alignment, and then you can start to bend your knee. And you're bringing your left heel towards your left bum. And you're going to notice that there's this beautiful stretch on the front of your thigh. So you can stay here, just enjoying that. As as many breaths as you like. If you want to go deeper into the pose, you can push yourself up a little bit higher, as well as bringing the heel towards your bum on your left side. All right, so gently release. So you release that. Push yourself up so you can take that off your ankle. And I'll show you on the other side how you do it with no strap. So you set yourself up. You're going to roll the shoulder back so you can get your hand and reach on with your hand to your ankle. And then when you get there, think about just keeping that shoulder circled back, thinking about pushing yourself up, and then you can push your hand into your ankle, and your ankle kind of into your hand there to get that strength in the pose. I always like giving us a stretch, but also maintaining the alignment and some of the strength. You're welcome to stay there as long as you like as well. All right, when you're ready, you're going to slowly release. And then we're going to come into the last pose. This pose I chose because a lot of times we're sitting and we get really stiff between our shoulder blades. So it's a pose to open up our back. You're going to need a towel, or you can use one of these beanie bags. I'm going to fold it in half because I want it to have some height to it. And I'm just going to lay it horizontally. And then you just have to decide whereabouts you want to mobilize. I'm going to mobilize between my shoulder blades there. So when I lay down, I want it at the level that I want to mobilize. And you're going to roll back onto your towel. But before you come down, see if you can find the right spot that you like. And you're going to lift your bum up and then pop it down so you get a little bit of lengthening of the spine first. And then think about growing your neck long. And then you're going to bring your throat back towards the floor as a unit, keeping that nice length of the neck. So you've got yourself, your spine lengthened to where you want it. And now you want to figure out where your arms are going to be. Now you can do the cactus arms, or you can have the arms up to the side. I can do the arms up to the side because that's where I'm most comfortable with. And then you can slowly lengthen your legs. If it feels better to keep them bent, then keep them bent, and that'll support your back a little bit more. Okay. So when you get there, I want everyone to close your eyes. You can probably do this just by listening to me. I'm not going to be changing my position. Close your eyes and start to be aware of your breath. Just noticing where you're breathing. See if you can start to lengthen the inhale and exhale. Maybe breathing in for 4 or 5, exhaling for 4 or 5. Maybe guide the air down into your pelvis, belly, lower ribs. You may notice on the inhale how there's that gentle rise of the belly. And then on the exhale, how your belly comes back down. See if you can feel your whole body relaxing into the floor. Letting the tension go out of your hands, arms, legs, feet, torso. Relax muscles around your head and face. Now you can stay here as long as you like. Just opening up the chest, working on that restful breath. It helps you tap into your parasympathetic nervous system that lets you rest and digest. So you stay here as long as you like. If you're ready to end the session, then you slowly roll onto your side, push yourself up, and then come into a seated position. I wanted to thank you all for joining me in this session today. And let's thank our bodies, and especially our back, for working so hard for us.